Hello, this is warming up exercises. Welcome. Okay, stand straight and press the heels, press the toes, press the sides of the feet, press the arches of the feet. Just make little rolls and over the soles of the feet, stretch the fingers and lengthen from the spine up towards the crown of the head. And press the heels once more. Lengthen from inner and outer arches. Lengthen from the spine, from the middle, from the front and from the back. Look at the tip of the nose. Roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades down the back. Stretch the fingers. Readjust. Always stay in movement. So don't miss, but from the point of no movement. Therefore, re-evaluating, researching the body. It's only a body research from the point of a bigger body, the micro body, the macro body, the micro body. Every movement is for a kind of a drawing. So we are doing a drawing with the body. When I move this like that, these are only a warming up for the Tadasana, so-called mountain pose. So have the open mind to readjust the mountain pose. Have the flexibility to make it even more unmovable, more like a mountain from the point of view of the possibility that the mountain transforms itself. And so is it. Mountain moves very slowly. And what kind of movement is that? One needs not to stand still for it. One is still always in the center. And thus everything has the courage to joyfully dance around the stillness. And thus the stillness. Let the posture be the word. Let you be the word. Let you be the posture. Let it all be the breath, the word, the posture, the movement in the posture, the breath, the middle, and the dance around the middle. The dance around the middle of the middle. The beyond after the beyond. And let these ground you, re-ground you over and over again, without thinking of a betterment, accepting of each and every in its all beauty. A beauty that is the simultaneous emanation along the worlds possible. Up the chin in, drop the shoulders. Put your observation on the crown of the head and simultaneously inside the belly. Push the navel in and out and observe the space of the belly. An empty space in the belly. And right shoot up to the middle of the heart. We are drawing with the body, seeing what you would call imbalance for today. Perhaps on the outer edge of the right foot, or perhaps the touch points of the middle of the toes. And that makes you such the beauty of imbalance. touch these fingers at these points, the index fingers on the thumbs, and stretch these too. And make the sides of your cheeks and here, temples. Putting that awareness here and letting the awareness do that massage work without touching. It will be very less feeling if one physically touches, and thus shoulders move parallel to the side and these index fingers cross the thumbs down and point to the armpits, a very specific point on the armpits, and lifts the chest up, presses more the heels down and lifts the thighs up, and then the lower belly at this point is pushed in. One should feel it. And it's always different per person. And now we open the arms and look up. Stretch these fingers as if the middle of the fingers, and specifically the little finger, is stretching even further. And that has another effect from the root where the neck connects the whole spinal point. This brings a cool droplet down the back and reaching to the lower back and giving the sensation of the possibility to tuck perhaps very gently for the sake of the movement, not as an instruction or a prescription, but as a part of the dance, the tailbone in, and lifting the floating ribs up and creating space for the hip bones here to show, to make a curve here inside, such that groins will be spacey. So we will open channels here, and the groins, the inner thighs, will gently roll in and hands go to the hips. This is the way of synchronous movement with the breath. Thus, one puts the glutes a little down and then feeling it with this, but be aware of the touch. It's not just the touch, it is this awareness of the touch points, but none in such way that none other. The specific touch points are very uniquely chosen by the sound of the movement itself. So we are making a music inside, and this lifts you up. All that can be a source of agitation, all that can be perhaps a source of the thought of a betterment, should be worked out, can be worked out as a part of a perfection like this for its movement, to poetize and listen. What's more than listening and tuning in to the tuning in of the song of life, which is eternal. So that life making this kind of movement, looking here at this point like this, but actually there are other worlds that simultaneously flourish from such movements whence body could never, ever, ever reach when it's being prescribed or taught. Yet, I couldn't do this. It's not me who does this. This happens by itself, synchronously, with this type of talking, and which is knowing, a type of a knowingness, which we try to force. Well, I would lose the balance perhaps here, but it still goes on. You see, we can challenge. But this is the thing, once it's converted to a specific function curve by creating by interpolation, so by generalizing one into the well-known output shape, which is always the same shape of the universe. That means to say, complete in itself. And that means to say that it's known as a silence. So that's, if you know the shape of that, and perhaps which may be in its intermediate forms, a completion to that shape, perhaps you need to feed in thousands and thousands. Yet if you have a certain trust, you know what I mean with certain trust? Let's say you know. It also means that one should work hypothetically the same way as thousands if the model knows. Knowing of a model is not like perhaps knowing of a human, but not so much different. One should understand or speculate more, it's not an understanding, what it means to be a human with regards so much we think would be different. Is it? Is it different? And then we turn the feet to the right. So what's happening here? You have to see what happens here by trial error sometimes without the intervention of the mind. And so in this there is also a trial error and non-dualistic movements. Trial error is a part of the dance or the movement. So you imagine your eyes are there. Always your eyes are there. Okay, so this is like a trial error, right? What you want is this, which is perfect. A beautiful movement. How does this happen? This happens, first your eyes are here, then your ribs, floating ribs, turn that side. How? Because of the pressure of the outer edge of my left foot, but also the awareness just there. And then by that, the right hip goes down. And then it goes that way and that way, or this way. It's not important. What is important is the subtle movement of the feeling what makes turn what. So this type of subtlety is always achievable per the body in a different way. Once you prescribe, then you lose the chance to be creative, and there will be thousands of repetitions until you find such prescription. There is no hope if you don't create your authentic word. It is always a word. So there are two types of beings. One is those who go manifest by inhalation, which is called the inspiration of inspiration. And the other are more fixed beings. Perhaps they need this type of relaxation coming from exhalation. But withdrawal, as opposed to what certain books say, assigning toward exhalation, isn't like that. It is mostly all worlds exist in inhalation. So withdrawal means establishing and forgetting yourself as inhalation. So melting away all differences. How? By just being. Only being. Only being.